A bride was preparing her wedding, and she was expecting the big day. Months before it, she sent out a clear rule to all the guests: no one wears white except me. It wasn't open for debate. However, her sister wasn't happy about it. No one cares about old traditions anymore. The day of the wedding arrived, and the bride's worst fear came true. Her sister showed up in a long, lace white dress. The bride's heart sank. When she confronted her sister brushed it off, saying, "It's not that white, and no one will care." The bride stood her ground. She told her sister that if she didn't change, she wasn't welcome at the wedding. Furious, her sister threw a tantrum, accusing the bride of ruining her day. Some family members tried to smooth things over, saying, "That's just how she is." But the bride had enough. She instructed the staff not to let her sister back in unless she changed. Her sister never returned, and now she's telling everyone the bride destroyed their relationship for good. The bride's parents were angry, saying she overreacted to just a dress. But her husband stood by her side, even though some family members are still upset. In the months after the wedding, the bride reflected on the situation. She felt no regret for standing up for herself and protecting her special day from being overshadowed by someone else's drama.
Tommy's face was red, his breath heavy. "I didn't know," he cried as the nurse called for help. But why did he eat a lunch that wasn't his? Tommy was in second grade and loved snacks, but his classmate Lily always brought the best lunches. One day, Tommy saw her lunchbox on the table. He knew it wasn't his, but he couldn't resist. He thought just one bite won't hurt. When Lily came back from recess, her lunchbox was empty. She was upset. "Why can't I ever eat my own food?" What Tommy didn't know was that her mom had packed peanut butter cookies that day. Tommy had a peanut allergy, but he didn't check before he ate. Therefore, Tommy began to feel sick. When Tommy's mom found out, she was furious. She called Lily's parents and yelled, "Why would you let your daughter bring peanuts to school? Do you know how dangerous that is? Your son shouldn't have eaten food that wasn't his. Lily told him not to touch it." The parents argued for hours, and neither side wanted to back down. At school, things got worse for Lily. Some kids whispered she did it on purpose. Even her best friend didn't sit with her at lunch. Lily felt sad and alone, but she refused to say sorry. "I didn't do anything wrong." The principal called a special meeting to solve the problem. From now on, students must only eat their own food. Lunch boxes must stay in backpacks unless it's lunchtime. Tommy realized he had hurt Lily and put himself in danger. "I'm sorry, I should have listened." The incident became a turning point for Tommy, who started taking better responsibility for his actions. For Lily, it was a bittersweet victory. She learned that standing up for herself was necessary, but wished it hadn't come at such a cost. This young boy walked home from school and saw a big kid taking lunch money from a smaller kid. Instead of walking away, he went closer. "What do you want?" The boy smiled. "I want to give you my lunch money too." "Are you stupid?" But the boy just put his money in the bully's hand. "My mom says when someone takes things, they must really need it bad." The smaller kid ran away while the bully stood frozen. Next day, the bully waited. When the boy walked by, the bully stopped him. The boy reached for his pocket, but the bully said, "No, I don't want your money." He looked down. "Nobody ever talked to me like that. At home, my dad just takes things." The boy pulled out his sandwich. "Want to share lunch?" The bully's eyes got big. "Really?" They sat under a tree and talked. The bully shared that his dad took all the food money for beer. He was always hungry. That evening, the boy told his mom everything. Next morning, she packed 2 lunches. "One for you, one for your new friend." When the boy gave the lunch to the bully, tears filled his eyes. "Why are you being nice to me?" "Because everyone deserves kindness even when they don't show it first." 2 weeks later, the principal saw both boys helping a girl pick up dropped books. "Drop a heart if you believe kindness can change even the hardest hearts." It was a cold winter night. A little girl sat in the corner of a dark alley, shivering in her thin clothes. She looked through the window of a bakery, staring at the warm, fresh bread inside. A man walked by and saw her. He stopped and asked, "Little girl, why are you sitting here alone?" The girl looked up and said softly, "Sir, can you give me some bread?" The man felt sorry for her, so he gave her a warm piece of bread. But the girl didn't eat it. Instead, she wrapped it carefully and put it in her pocket. The man was confused. "Aren't you hungry? Why don't you eat?" The girl shook her head. "Mom is waiting under the bridge. She hasn't eaten for 2 days. I want to bring this to her." The man's heart ached. Therefore, he followed the girl to the bridge. There, a weak woman was lying on some old cardboard. She coughed and looked very tired. The girl gave her the bread. "Mom, eat. You need strength." The mother took a small bite, but then she gave the rest to her daughter. "I'm full. Now you eat." The man saw this and felt warm inside. Therefore, he bought more food and a scarf for them. "Stay warm," he said kindly. The girl smiled. "Thank you, sir." The man walked away, feeling happy. Drop a heart if you believe kindness can change the world. A police officer knocked on the door. Knock, knock. A man opened it. "Hello, is this your home?" the officer asked. "We got a 911 call." The man looked surprised. "Everything is okay. Let me ask my son. Johnny, come here." Johnny, a little boy, came over. over. The officer asked, "Did you call 911? Gianni nodded. "But do you know what 911 is for?" the officer asked gently. Gianni looked down. For when someone needs help?" "That's right," the officer said. 911 is only for emergencies. Were you in trouble?" Gianni shook his head. The officer raised an eyebrow. "Then why did you call?" Gianni smiled. "I wanted to give you a hug." The officer was surprised. He looked at the boy, then at the father. Then he smiled. "Well," the officer said, bending down, "I never got a 911 hug before." Therefore, Gianni wrapped his little arms around the officer. The officer patted his back. "That was a great hug. But remember, only call 911 if someone is hurt or in danger, okay?" "Okay," Gianni said. "Good boy. Stay safe." The officer waved goodbye and left, feeling warm inside. If this made you smile, share it with a friend. This man barged into the church and started laughing loudly during prayer. "What is wrong with you?" the pastor demanded. Everyone turned to stare. "I'm here to prove God doesn't exist," the man shouted. "How dare you?" A woman stood up angrily. "Get out right now! This is sacred ground!" The man kept laughing. "Your God can't even stop me from being here. Where is he now?" People started getting upset. "Someone call security!" But a little girl walked up to him. "Are you hungry, mister?" "What?" The man looked confused. "You seem sad. Do you want my sandwich?" Everyone watched in shock. "Why are you being nice to me? I'm making fun of your God." The girl smiled. "God loves everyone, even angry people." The man's face changed. His laughter stopped. Tears filled his eyes. I lost my job yesterday. My wife left me. I have nowhere to go. I thought if I made God angry, he might." The little girl hugged him. "He's not angry. He sent me to give you this." She handed him her lunch and $1. The pastor stepped forward. "Sir, we're sorry. We should have asked if you needed help first. God works through love, not judgment." The man broke down crying. Can you teach me to pray?" The whole church welcomed him with open arms. Comment yes if God uses the smallest hearts to teach the biggest lessons. This old man sat outside a church every Sunday with torn clothes and dirty hands. A young boy always dropped coins in his cup, but the church pastor grew angry. "Sir, you're scaring away our members. This is God's house, not a place for begging. Please leave now," the boy protested. "Pastor, he's not hurting anyone. Let him stay. Mind your own business, kid. Adults are talking." The pastor grabbed the old man's cup and threw the coins on the ground. "Get out before I call security." The old man quietly picked up his coin. "It's okay, son. I'll go." But the boy helped him collect every coin. "That's not fair." The old man smiled. "Sometimes good people suffer, but God sees everything." That evening, the boy's mother got very sick. They rushed to the hospital but couldn't afford the surgery. The boy cried outside, praying desperately. Suddenly, someone tapped his shoulder. It was the old man, now wearing a clean suit. "Son, don't worry." The old man walked to the front desk. "I'll pay for everything." The boy stared in shock. But you're poor." The man smiled gently. "I'm the hospital owner. I dress like this to see who truly has God's heart." Drop a heart if you believe kindness matters more than appearances. A little girl was walking home. She saw a kidnapper taking a boy from the house next door. But the sun was high. There weren't many people around. The kidnapper put the boy into a car. The girl was scared, but she didn't give up. She had an idea. She quickly ran to the side of the road and put up a sign that said, "Road work ahead." The sign made the kidnapper think the road was closed. Therefore, he turned the car onto another road. The girl watched the car go down the new road. But she knew the kidnapper would be stuck again. She quickly grabbed some big bricks and stones and put them in the road. Therefore, when the kidnapper drove down the road, he had to stop the car and get out to move the stones. The girl saw her chance, but the kidnapper was busy moving the stones. The girl quickly opened the car door and pulled the boy out. She ran away with him to safety. Hit that thumbs up if you think the little girl's so clever. A man saw a little girl walking alone. He stopped his car and grabbed her. The girl screamed, but no one was around to help. He pushed her into the car. Just then, a man on a scooter came by, but he suddenly fell off and lay still on the ground. The bad man looked at him. He wasn't moving. He tried to wake him up, but the scooter man didn't move at all. The bad man didn't want trouble, so he left with the girl. But as soon as they drove away, the scooter man opened his eyes. He was not really hurt. He had only pretended to be unconscious. Therefore, he had recorded everything on his phone. He quietly followed the bad man to his hideout. At the hideout, the bad man locked the girl in a room. He called the girl's dad and said, "Give me money, or you will never see your daughter again." The scooter man was listening outside. He had no weapon, but he had an idea. Therefore, he played a loud police siren on his phone. The bad man heard it and got scared. He thought the police were coming, so he ran away fast. The scooter man saved the children. He called the police, and soon the bad man was caught. Drop a heart if you think the scooter man was super smart.
We hosted a pool party and invited my sister and her kid. Although we don't have kids, we always make sure there's something fun for the kids to do. And we provide some drinks for the adults. Nothing too crazy, just some beers and seltzers. My sister wasn't able to stay for long as she had work later in the night, so I let her daughter stay overnight. 2 hours later, my niece said her mom wanted her home and to find another ride because I had a drink earlier. I arranged for my friend to take her home safely. Then my sister told me my niece said everyone at the party was smoking weed, getting drunk, and offering her those substances. That's all lies. And my niece also said we were talking bad about my sister after she left. These lies not only hurt me, but could jeopardize my job. What's worse, my sister and brother-in-law believed these lies and won't punish my niece. As the person who always helped resolve their family issues, I was furious. My niece would not be disciplined for spreading such rumors, and that they would even believe something like that. I decided to distance myself from them. Do you think I did the right thing? If it was you, what will you do?